All right. Now in this particular case, I'm going to show you how to put the front pieces on with an offset, but we can't use the fasten mate. We're going to use something else called a planar mate. All right. Now, whether you have these horizontal or vertical, it really doesn't matter. All right. I know that some of you are like, but Mr. Chardy, my wood pieces are vertical. It won't matter. As long as they're fastened together, it does not matter. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and insert. We're going to choose a front piece. Okay. Now, planar mates, they're not as easy. They require a little bit more work, but we don't have anything that we want for our little Pac-Mans that we did before. So planar mates up here. So we're going to need to do 3 planar mates to make sure that this piece is successful. All right. And I don't want to be clicking on any of these Pac-Mans. I just want the surface. So be careful. All right. So I'm going to click on this surface. It'll glow orange. I want this surface to go ahead and touch it. All right. Now, if you look closely, this is why I like color coding. Okay. It's inside. I don't want it inside. I don't want it on the surface. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it and hit enter or check mark. Now I'm going to press escape on my keyboard. And there's a reason for that. I want to move this over, okay, near the edge. Now, this piece should go across these 3. It should not be in alignment up here. Okay, it should be 90-degree turned across these 3. We do not need, I repeat, we do not need to try to rotate it. When we use our planar mates, it will automatically snap to. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to take this top end and I want to align it with this edge. Watch what happens. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to zoom in, click that, and then click this top edge. Now, right now, you may have gotten some sort of goofy thing where perhaps, this piece got jumped out or whatever. Don't freak out. It's just a preview. I'm not excited about the way Onshape does their previews. Just understand that we want this piece to be on top of this. Now, at this point, they're touching. I don't want them touching. I want them in alignment. So if I click this and flip the primary axis, you might say, Mr. Chardy, it's inside. No, it's actually not, because I have this planar 1 that I actually mated the surfaces before. So I'm going to say, yes, I want those 2 surfaces in alignment. Check mark. You'll notice it pops out again. Okay. So now I only have 1 more degree of freedom. Okay. It's showing me it does. All right. And I need to take this edge and align them. So I'm going to go ahead and hit a planar mate. I'm going to choose this edge. Thank you. And this end. And this is where that preview kind of kicks in. Oh my gosh, it's jumped out. I thought it was fastened. No, it is fastened. It's just trying to show you the mesh between the 2. I wish they put the smaller one to the already fastened one, but for some odd reason, that's what they do. Okay, so check mark, it snaps back. Now, I did this on purpose because I've had a lot of questions about offsets and all that stuff. When we create our planar mates, okay, this should be, yes, it should be centered. So I know that I have a 1.5, I have an 8-inch wide piece, and I know that this is 9 inches because 3 times 3 is 9. So I have an extra inch left over that I need to split in half for this to sit in the middle. All right. So what I want to do is I want to go up to my planar mate, all right, that I just did with this edge right here. And I'm going to double click and I'm going to choose to offset. Okay. Now, when I choose to offset, you'll notice that Z is the direction that we need. I'm going to put in 0.5, enter, and see if it adjusts correctly, in which it does. So you'll notice now there's a gap between this edge and this edge. And again, I'm sorry for the preview. It stinks, but it is what it is. All right. So once I do that, I hit OK, and you'll now notice that it is centered 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. Now we're going to do the same exact thing for this one. Double click, We're going to choose offset, Z, put it down 0.5, enter. Now, if you did it and it goes the opposite way, you can just put negative 0.5 and it goes the opposite way. But in this case, it worked out, so 0.5. When I hit enter, you'll notice it pops back and I am perfectly centered. All right, I am perfectly centered on that. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, rinse and repeat. If you look at your project plans, you'll notice down here, it does actually have 0.5 and 0.5 offset. Okay, so I'm just, excuse me, I'm showing you what that, excuse me, what that is. All right, same thing, opposite side. Insert. Front piece. Yes. Excuse me. Planar mate. This surface. Flip it. I want it opposed and touching. Yes. Escape key. Move this over slightly. Planar mate. I want this long edge and this end to mesh. Yes, that's what I want. Okay. Don't get afraid. Don't be afraid if it starts snapping stuff around. Okay. Last but not least, I want this edge and this end to line up. Yes, they do. Otherwise, you can flip it. Enter. Now, let's dive back. Double click planar 5. We want that at 0.5 offset. Oh, went the wrong way. Negative 0.5 solves it. All right, planar 6. Same thing, offset, 0.5. Whoops. Yes, that's what we want. All right, now you have your piece perfectly done. So that's how we use our planar mates. I know it's a little bit long-winded, especially going back into those offsets, but I think it's very important that you understand the preview versus the final result. So I'll see you in the next video.